Hi everyone. This week I chose the book Balloons Over Broadway, the true story of the puppeteer of Macy's Parade. It was written by Melissa Sweet and she also illustrated it. It has 34 pages. It was copyrighted in 2011 and it's for children. The approximate age level I would guess would be like 6 years and up. I think lots of kids would enjoy this book. So first I'm just going to give you a little summary. So ever since he was a little boy, Tony loved to figure out how things worked. And when he was 6 years old, he figured out a way to do his chores of the chickens without getting out of bed. And when he did that, his dad was so impressed that he told him that he never had to do chores again. And then when Tony grew up, he moved to London and he started creating marionettes for children. And then he moved to New York City and started the Tony Sarge Marionettes. And his marionettes performed on Broadway. And while he was in New York City, Macy's department store heard of him and asked him to create a window display. And his window displays were so popular that then they asked him to help them with another idea, and that was to create a parade. And he came up with this idea of trying to recreate his marionettes, and he did this by putting them upside down, and they used rubberized silk and filled them up with helium, and this allowed them to be upside down and to rise up into the sky so parade watchers could see them even though there were so many people around. This parade that they held that year was something that New Yorkers would never forget, and the streets were packed from then on every Thanksgiving because people were so excited to see what new balloons would be in the air. So I think one of the reasons I decided to choose this book is that I am a real Macy's Day Parade lover. I always watch it every year, and it's something that I love to do. I think that this book is also interesting because it gives students a neat biography book to read in a picture format book. I think it allows students to learn more about how Tony invented those balloons and how the Macy's Day Parade came to be. And then it kind of teaches them the skills of hard work and being resourceful and figuring things out. How Tony, even though the first time he tried to do the balloons, they didn't go the highest, he kept working and trying to figure out how he could get the balloons high enough so all the New Yorkers could see the balloons in the parade. And I thought a really cool activity to do with this would be to have my students create their own balloons. It'd be a STEAM project, and so they would have to design their own Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon and a device to help keep the balloon up in the air. And I think this would challenge them to and make them work to be creative, to plan and design and execute their idea. And then after the balloons were made, we could have our own little parade and allow all the students to show off their creations. Overall, I think this book is really great. There were lots of great illustrations, and they were captured what was going on in the story perfectly. They were done in a collage form, and so they helped the reader to know what was going on through the puppeteer of Tony Sarge. Overall, this book was great, and I would highly recommend it because I think students would really enjoy it, especially since the Macy's Day Parade is something that's on TV now, and a lot of families watch it every year. Thanks.